I was actually, and that's really real, I was phoning someone. I guess your telephone will ring now in your button. Yeah, take it please, because I was going to call you to ask you to come here. So can you come here please? But that was real. It's just a coincidence that he is, by the way, interested in... Exactly. So she said, this is his slave. I actually just called you to tell you, can I have the moderation box you promised to have here?
Yes.
So, yes,
Yes,
what?
I'll take it.
So, wait. Okay. You go and take it. But, leadership. This guy, can you clap for this guy first?
Okay.
In the past I was going to say 2 years, like 2 months, he's been my personal translator. He took care of my family. He he did everything. He was my personal assistant. He did my marketing stuff. He was the program manager, everything. And for everything I ordered in every Italian shop, because I don't speak Italian and they asked for a number, I gave him the number. So people are calling him, Buongiorno, Signor Alamuti, and then they talk to him and he takes the orders and everything. So he was me personally.
Does he pay for you?
He does actually even. Yes.
Sometimes,
He
yes.
meets my wife, everything.
I'm taking the
It's the full package.
You know how many people now is gonna go behind and try
Yes.
to get his number to take him on board.
Why am I saying this? And while he's taking the bag, in fact, and when he comes back, I give him a hug. And I want you to notice and tell me if you think that this hug is real or not. And believe me, it is real because I really love him. Julia said, if you were in her class, when we talk about dealing with people and leading them, what are the most important corners you touch, And at the end of the day, no matter how technical your organization is, no matter what you do, thank you. Can I have a hug?
We did it.
Yes. So it's a real hug. You can go out now. So he was working his ass off. And if you ask me why, I would have one word, motivation. Motivation, trust, appraisal, loyalty, like kind of everything I had as an interaction with this guy is based on human aspects of leadership. Nothing of it is technical. Of course, we had our talks about how much he's getting paid. He's overpaid for what he does. I always keep telling him so that he's not asking me for a pay rise. But he deserves more probably. But so, if it comes down to sitting down and discussing about how good is your job, what you're doing, all those details, as a leader, you are asked to balance out between the technicality of the leadership and the human aspects of it. And the technicality is something you theoretically think you can learn easily because it's given you by book. Realizing that no matter how much you put energy behind those technicalities, if that human aspect is missing, you go nowhere. So, I actually given up using leadership models. If you Google leadership and go to the pictures, and you will find 100-something different models. Yeah, this is my doctor's desk, I go, you want an injection? I make you a better leader? Thousands of models. Literally, all of them the same at the end of the day, talking about the same buzzwords, like I just did before. Motivate, communicate, fucking hell, whatever. So I gave up using the models. And I'm advising you today, don't use any existing leadership model anymore. Leadership is personal. And leadership needs to be by design. It needs to be done and created by yourself. And you are individuals, and you are so different to one another that only a very, very, very specific concept of you as a person can make you a good leader. And if I'm leading you guys, there are so many different characteristics among you. She is driven by love. She needs love. This is a bastard guy. He actually only checks the money. Believe me, that's true. Just see how dirty he smiles and laughs. He is after money. The only motivation is cash. You know, this guy needs a title. He needs the fame. So you have these different people who are driven by different drivers, really. Like the energy you give in there is so diverse that you can't do a general, you know, all go this way type of leadership. So I came to following conclusion. There were so many different, I go with this square again, I love squares. There were so many different models, and there was one which I started to mutate, and that was the so-called situational leadership. Who knows it? Hands up. No one? Yeah, well, experts know it, of course. You've been taught by me, so that doesn't count either. Yeah. So the situational leadership is saying, as the word says, different people, different situations, and therefore you have to be selective when to lead who, how. Okay? And while it's leading you, it says let's, throughout this cycle of leadership, actually educate and develop that person. So have the newbie coming here, lead him by giving him direct instructions what to do, and get him to the point where he starts questioning you. Why me? You stupid cow? And then you try to sell the idea to the guy. Please believe me, that's good for your future and for my pocket. And you get him to the level where he starts really getting mature not by age, but by qualitative. And so you start letting him little, you know, the baby can walk now on his own, but I'm there to support, until he becomes a guru, so that you let the guy do the job. What most of us misunderstand, you want to see Marco in action. I don't know if he's not, oh, thank God he's not here. Marco does that a lot, which is great to develop people. This D stands for what? Exactly, delegation. But can someone tell me what is the main rule of delegation? Yes? Yes, bigger. These are the bypass.
Quality.
No? Yes, no? If you want to delegate, you know, I was going to sit on your device. Delegation doesn't mean I give you the job and I do this. Delegation means I find something so complex, so difficult, that if I give it to you and he's going to do it, that develops that person and challenges that person. If I have all my people here, I'm in the middle of a bunch of extraordinarily super excited experts, and I don't need to do anything, and I let them do. Julia said before, it's not about decision making, or a leader should not always take the decision. I say a leader should always take the decision, but some decisions are maybe I give the decision to someone else. So I let you decide, but then I really let you decide and don't micromanage you. So looking at this, I started to analyze what is this combination of leadership about. This is now where you guys can start working a little bit. I thought, let's build a machine. This machine has an input and an output. The input is the problem, is the challenge you as a leader want to solve. Okay? The output is the answer to it, the solution, your decision, your strategy, what you want to do. So far, so good?
Of course.
Easy? What are the components, the wheels in this? Oh, that looks bad. You know what I'm talking about. No. You look, that now looks a lot better. You know now what it is. Okay? So it's processing the action. Okay, now I was going to paint some other things around it. So, processing this machine, this machine processing your problem, I'm thinking, what are the added wheels inside which is doing the job? So I thought two things. Skill sets could be hard or soft. Anything. Methods you find in Googling leadership, motivation, communication, transformation, you name it. So any skill set you can find. Techniques, you name it. Your personal characteristics. Have you heard about intelligent sourcing? No one? Let's say you're all some Swedish fighters, Vikings. Okay? Vikings? Horns. Enemy is coming. So you have to stand up quickly. I'm the leader, and I say like, everyone. No, you're the leader. So you say, everyone, get your knives. Let's go to the ships and go for war. And I say like, oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. I can't swim. I'm shitting my pants. I don't want to come to this ship. What is he going to do with me?
Kill you on the spot.
Losing resource. Losing resource. What else? Challenging me? What the hell? Until we debate this challenge, they are here and rape our wives.
It's giving you direction.
Giving me direction. Be specific. War is coming up.
Be the chief.
Be the chief? I don't want to get into this fucking boat.
Don't want to be responsible. To protect the wife.
Yeah, I pregnant all of them. You guys go and die. Losing resource and getting all our wives pregnant. Good idea. I love that picture.
Afraid of responsibility.
Sorry?
He's afraid of responsibility.
No, so, okay.
Last one.
Tell me.
You tell him that he will die other ways. I mean, swimming or fighting.
Oh, that motivates me so much. So, all these cases, we did not manage to make the best out of this resource. So the intelligent sourcing says, let's find out what people are good at and use them for this. In this case, he would come and say, take these nails, this piece of wood, and the hammer, and you're responsible for every broken piece of boat. Every hole in the boat, you repair while we are fighting. I'm scared of this boat going down, so I'm going to be the fastest motherfucker to get all holes covered because I want to save my own ass in the first place. So, therefore, as a leader, the one very first step you're going to take, and that's why the leadership is taken to this self-leadership, leading others, leading teams, leading organizations, leading your clients. Your first step is being able to know what are your personal strengths. And these personal strengths is making actually the whole differentiation point to what you add in there, because the skill sets is something everyone can have. Finding models on the internet how to run a conflict management and giving you directions of the 7 steps how you manage conflicts is something we can all Google together, and we all then go into this meeting and say like, okay, step 1, say what is your opinion and what is your opinion and why don't you do this and why don't you do that. That everyone can do because the recipe is given. But how do you put this in there is only you. No one else can be a leader like you if you put something of yourself in there. So, how do you put something of yourself in here? One skill is needed so you can open this box and pour it in here. I said leadership is a lot about human. So what do you need as a key to open yourself up and pour your expertise in here.
Inspiration.
What does that stand for? You don't say.
Intelligenza emotiva.
Intelligence. Yeah, you're close to that. Yes, it's emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is to know, okay, if that guy over there, look at him sitting there, I love you. I know I bother you. I need to use it. So I need to know when I look at him after 2 days of working, his whole Saturday here, I need to open that head and see if in his head he's thinking like, man, fuck off. I have enough of it, so that I stop bothering him, or I see like he says like, thank you, Jam, finally someone who is really making me do blah, 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 and then I can give him more. I need to know when to switch off. I need to know when to take the knife out of his heart without letting him bleed out. So, and that is all done only by that emotional intelligence. And this is absolutely individual. This is up to you. Some of you might be like, I'm the business guy, hardcore. When you look at me like that, I thought like, oh my God, hopefully it's not you. So it's really, really something you can be taught, but this should come from you. You need to want it. You can learn it. You can find it in yourself. You can unleash it, but you have to use it. This is one of those skills. You have to practice it because you need to start guessing. Guessing if you get that person right. You need to be touchy and feely, not with really touchy and feely, but mentally. You need to practice this. So this is what we're going to do now. It's going to be interesting and hard a little bit because maybe some of you are not comfortable with it, but we are in Italy. You're emotional people, so we do it. Okay, so everyone who is not bothered to do that, pretend as if you're going to the toilet and leave the room slowly right now. Everyone else is standing here. So I'm grouping this group. You're included. So this is this group. I'm excluding you because you're standing.
No problem.
Are you working with us?
No, sure.
No, not you. I'm not letting you in. Be careful of this guy. So this is a group. So you guys. This bunch starting here going to there. These two, that's a group. And that is a group. Okay? That was a good bundle. If you're working with us, you are there with this 6 people. So that 3 and this 3. Okay? So this is a group. That is a group. This is a group. The group back there are almost 8, and this is 4. So you give 2 people to this. Okay? So far, groups are clear. Everyone who is not in a group will stand in front of me and say, I don't know where to go, and I put you somewhere. Agreed? Because I have to speed up the time. So stand up. Use the area behind you. Spread on this area. Each of you are going to be getting 1 piece of paper, and then I tell you what to do. So come here. Don't be shy. Collect your piece of paper. Group yourselves somewhere in this room, and then I tell you what we do. There you go. Take a pen out of there. You take a pen here. You can use the area in the back as well, please. And take a pen out of this box.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Everyone has a paper?
We need a pencil. Maybe we need a
There is that box there, and take whatever you need. I know the cameraman will hate me, but c'est la vie, my friend.
paper for me.
Okay, listen up. Hey, I have only made 6 groups. Why are 12 papers gone? You want to take it home?
Can I take an extra paper?
Okay, yes, you can. Okay, listen to me for a second. And then please make sure there are areas in that back and over there. Use it. So don't be all crowded in here. So this is what I want you to do. After you spread all over the place so that you have a little bit of distance to the others, you draw for me this one square as I did in the middle of that page. And you ask yourself in that group, communicate for 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to be speeding this up so it's the action painting type of thing. Okay, we want to be quick on it. Don't go and no philosophies. Okay, choose one big challenge a leader has. One of you takes his art out and says, in my company, I have this goddamn problem right now. Okay, put the problem on one side. Ask yourself in that group, what could be the ideal outcome? What could be an ideal solution? Okay, so define for yourself the output and input. After you've done that, the easy part is you go down and say, okay, what type of skill sets a leader should have from the bottom to feed into this machine? You say, okay, it would be good if they know skills on motivation, blah, 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 blah. Then the difficult part starts. Then I want you to go up and say, okay, out of that human being, what are those main characteristics you would need to have? And combine with those skill sets, how is that matching to that problem? And why is it going to lead into that solution? This is the debate you're going to have in your groups. Okay? I'm going to come around, challenge it, feed it, and whatever, depending on who you are and where you are. Task understood? Where is my timekeeper? You're the timekeeper. How long time do we have?
It is now 55, so we have half an hour.
Okay, listen people. Sorry? No, one square. You take only one example. We have 30 minutes, so I'm giving timelines for each section. So you have now only 5 minutes to define a problem and what the ideal solution going to be. Choose a place and start. You have to run around now. So you need to do action filming. So where are you guys sitting? Open the circle, knee on the ground, put this in front of you, sit around it. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead. No, then wait. 1, 2, 3, 5. So you're a group. You are a group. Go over there. Ta-ta! Hey! That's the worst thing you can do to me. You guys will impossibly come back in 30 minutes. Hey, look, listen. If they are that far, then I want you to be back in 25 minutes with everything I will say it. But you have Julia, so you can do it. Of course.
So you have people working in Rome in a way and people working in Germany, for example, in another way. So in a small company, it's very hard to get all people aligned to this. That's kind of communication problem you have between the departments.
So we got the same. We have the same problem.
So then write the problem in one corner. Yeah, you can ignore me. You can actually enjoy the groups.
So it's a lot of...
So, where is the square and where is the problem?
This is the square.
Where is the problem? Deliver. Offer what?
After 9 months.
After 9 months. Okay, so translate this for me to the leadership problem. Why is that a leadership problem?
Because I cannot guarantee deadline to people.
Yeah, but what has it? How big is your team?
3, 4 people, depends.
So, if you look at this from that angle, no, I'm just saying, if you look at that from that angle, the question you will be asking yourself is, what should this is a problem which is broader, it's a company challenge. So what is the role of the leader in such a situation? What are the type of decisions he needs to take? What are the actions? And in what terms does that involve your people? So if you would translate that into, because we want to deliver this app after 9 months, we're going to be under extreme pressure for the next 9 months. So I will have to push my people to do 150%. And then you have a case of leadership. Understood? Okay. So what is the problem you decided to have?
We can't find a problem.
That's the problem.
Everything works perfectly here.
Give me one of them. Who said what so far?
So maybe create a commitment to a team to make them feel the big aim of the company.
Okay.
Not just this.
How to get commitment? Put it down. Because this is just an example. We want to get the process understood. How to get commitment? We make it, it's actually even very easy for you guys, so that's good. Because if we define the question how to get commitment, the solution you want to get is what? Highly committed people. You made it now very easy for yourself. It doesn't matter, but it's good. Okay, now start debating out of your experience or whatever you want to come to that, and ask yourself, this is the time that some of you can even start using their mobiles and Google. What would be the set of the skills you need to raise the level of commitment of people? Debate it and put down top 3 or top 4 activities, techniques, methods, what you can think of. If you have no idea, start Googling. But that's not a skill. You need to, that's too broad. You want to have your emotional intelligence at that top so that you can unleash actually your personal ingredients into that. If you're stuck in there, this is the moment I want you to Google it. This is the moment I want you to not waste time. If you don't know, Google it. Raise how to get people's commitment and see what it comes out. And go to the pictures and see if they are models. You will find immediately something. What is the challenge you decided to have?
A company that is stuck in old ways of working, if not afraid to change or to shift mind.
Perfect.
Right. That is the problem there.
How did you define what the solution would be? Okay. Okay?
The solution would basically, I know it. The solution would basically be that
No, don't talk to me. You decide. So where are you? What is the problem you have decided to have? How to get people's alignment? Okay, if the alignment is the problem you're facing, what would be the simplest way of expressing what is the solution you want to come up with?
Actually, thought of many solutions.
Give me the top 3.
Make the people think in the same way. Make the people believe in the vision.
Okay, write them down.
Make the people believe in the
This is the solution. Here we write the solution
Yes.
or inside.
No, outside. Here, look, this is you say, I have a problem to get people aligned.
Yeah.
So why do you want to align them?
to have the same vision.
You want to have the same vision. And now here we start talking about how do we do it?
Team building.
And in order to do the how do we do it, we ask ourselves, okay, what is in the box of tools, templates, methods, models, activities, skills, and then I ask ourselves, then you start asking yourself, okay, what is great in you? What is best you can do? What are your personal added values? What are your assets, your personal assets? What makes you be different than her? So if you both have the same problem, and if you both want to have the same outcome, and if these models are available to both of you, what would you add in doing this which would make me feel different than if she does it? Because if you are in the company and then we have these employees and they say like, my last boss was an asshole, the new boss is a great guy, but they both had the same studies on how to lead people and they both had the same problem and the same outcome. So you do this and you start debating on this, try to find out for yourself, so how is it this selection of personal items, okay? So how far are you? Give me a couple of examples of what you have put down there as hard or soft skills, methods, tools. What do you have there?
So you need communication, be persuasive, and
to be able to inspire, so they are all soft.
Okay, this is all too little for me. Let's assume, then I guide you directly to the most complicated part of this story, okay?
Yeah.
Because here you're talking about, what do I want to achieve? I want to get people's commitment.
Yeah.
There I'm standing with saying like, okay, if I do this as a leader, why do I do that? I want to have highly committed people. Already at that level, I would go one step further. Why do I want to have highly committed people? What for? So I need to have, I'm just saying that for future. So meaning the output I'm defining is already one step farther, is a bit more detailed in terms of, so, well, yes, we have highly motivated people, and then what?
they're more
What do you get out of it?
productive and
So you name it, whatever, exactly. So you go into that very end, because that will define if whatever skill sets you're putting here is reaching that goal or not. There needs to be a direct match between the skill sets and that end product you're talking about. Okay, now, let me now make you discuss the most complicated corner of it. Here you have this, there you defined and agreed on something. Here you started to Google and you came up with a couple of names. Now, Isabel and myself and this gentleman are 3 skilled senior leaders. You're all our employees. Where is that differentiation where at the end of the day, when you guys are staying there smoking your cigarettes and gossip behind our back, you say like, oh, thank God this guy was sent to Brazil. He was a pain in the ass. And then this guy came and started to push, killing us. And oh, fortunately, at the end, Isabel came and life is so much better. And we are so highly, so all 3 of us had the same skill set. We went to universities, we are experienced, and we all know this. What differs between the 3 of us, it's up here, which is the individuality we bring into that leadership. This is what I want you now to start discussing. There you can now philosophize for 15 minutes, for 10 minutes, and ask yourself, okay, what are those personal components? What Isabel had, and this guy hasn't a clue about it, and he had it, but he was too egoistic to show it. Sorry, thank you for being here so that I can make use of you. You look like this big guy up there, so I thought that's a perfect usage. Okay, so this is the debate I want you to have. And here you need to become simple. This is no rocket science. You need to now start really think out of heart. Be very simple. If your challenge is motivation and you put words like communication, go deep in yourself and say, okay, what would be the difference between you and her if you want to have an effective communication and persuasion with your people? How would you do it? Why can I not do it and you can? What is the difference? Debate a little bit about this, okay? Let them watch you, ignore them. So where are you guys?
Lost.
You see, because I didn't visit you enough.
This is a square.
So that's already such a small machine. What is the problem?
The problem is low productivity.
So you have a team with low productivity.
Yeah.
So what would you like to turn them into?
High efficiency.
Why?
Because it's not about productivity.
No, why do you, what I'm saying is, if you ever get senior enough to lead someone, maybe you are, I don't know who is leading whatever team, but if you become, this is a far too high level, because I still can ask a couple of whys behind that. So what? So yes, you have a team, they are low productive. Obviously you want to get them to a high efficiency in order to what?
To achieve a goal that has already been set.
Okay, and so from this moment you are becoming more concrete. To be faster, to make more money, to get them work 40 hours instead of 30, and so I can save money, whatever. So at that level, I would start saying, okay, this is now become concrete.
Okay.
So for the sake of the experience, imagine we've been this far and you have something concrete.
Okay.
If the high efficiency, let's say let's keep the high efficiency. Did you understand what I said?
Yes.
Okay. So if this is understood, theoretically, what would be the top 3 tools, methods, concept you would use to reach high efficiency? Okay, this is the place where I said everything down here is available to everyone out there. Pick out your phone, Google how to get high efficiency teams. Do it. Yeah, someone. Just Google how to do it. You will end up with 3 or 4 words. You will see that immediately.
Okay.
You put it down here. Then starts the difficult part. And this is the top part. Because while from the bottom, you're adding in methods, techniques, from up there, you're adding your personality in there. And that's different. That's individual, and that's make your leadership style being different. So if we all know the company is low productive, if we all know we want to have high efficiency, and if we all know that the solution is team building, why would I fuck up and she would be absolutely successful? We both know what to do. What did I do wrong? What she did right? Is it because I shout? Is it because I lose temper? So start asking yourself, what are those incredible assets of your person? Like you would say, I'm a good listener. You would say like, I have patience. You say like, I freak out instantly. You say, I have low expectations of what high efficiency is. Put what you think it's making you being yourself and start asking out of those characteristics, which one of them is suiting best the problem, the type of tools you're using, and the support you want to reach here. Okay?
So basically, we just put the ecosystem, we define the ecosystem.
Maybe it's going to be much more like
So,
intense
where are you?
experience.
Oh my God. Tell me. Someone tell me where you are. Not you. You were talking. Not you. Not you. No, yeah, she's an expert. I don't need to ask her. You talk.
But the problem is, okay, in a company that has quite important history, I would say.
No, give me words. Am I putting too much pressure?
People stuck in old ways of
Okay.
doing things.
What did you think what the solution should be?
Should be higher commitment to the future, let me say, way of doing things.
Okay,
haven't
stop,
decided yet on the
stop. No, don't worry. This is just practicing. We are, again, condensing a couple of days and weeks training into a 50 minutes something. So it's a, sneak preview into the method or model which you can actually develop for yourself. So for me, it's important you understand the concept of the approach. The moment you say the target you want to achieve is that commitment, I would say, okay, this is already not deep enough in terms of layer. Because if you're my employee, if I'm your employee and you say, oh, we have this problem, so I want to have your commitment, my question is, for what? And it doesn't matter. I mean, I buy into that. I'm just saying that the level of the depth you have to create for the solution you want to achieve needs to be a lot more precise and much deeper. Because the person you're dealing with will always have a couple of questions. And one is, what is in there for me? Why me? What shall I do? Why shall I work my ass off for yourself? Why do you want my commitment? And so on and so forth. So they have a number of questions. They have a number of so whats and whys. So if you talk about commitment Commitment for what? And how transparent are you? Do you want my commitment because you want to make double much more money? Do you want my commitment because whatever? So be precise on that. I'll tell you in a second why. So assuming you agreed on a concrete outcome, have you started to ask yourself, okay, what are the top 5 easygoing methods out there who can get you there? Have you discussed that?
No.
Of course not.
Pick out your phone,
Yeah.
Google how to get people's commitment. Okay, while he's doing it, meaning I'm trying to make the point that whatever set of methods, tools, skills needed for that, you will have available to all of us. Every one of you who needs to know in order to achieve the commitment, have to do this and this and this, can go to class, Jamshid class, and they tell you all about it. And you know it after that. You can do self-teaching. So, what would now make the difference between Julia, myself, Isabel, or Stefano as a leader? You see, he pressed the button for me and I know his name. What would make the difference between the 4 of us in terms of leadership? We all have the same problem. We all are seeking the same outcome. And we know the set of the skills needed to be used. So why do I fuck it up? He is not even bothered. She gives up halfway and she manages it. And that would come directly out of the personal input you add up there into the whole picture. So what I want you to use the next 10 minutes, can I see someone's watch? 5:45. So let's say in the next 7 minutes, just for the sake of understanding what direction you have to go in this type of action. So what are those personal characteristics? If you would start asking yourself what type of person you are, and ask yourself, so if this is the problem I have, this is the solution I want to go to, and these are available techniques in the market, what piece of my personal characteristic could be an added value to reach that goal? This is what you like, please, to discuss. 5 minutes.
Commitment.
Commitment is not one of those characteristics. It's not that. If you want to define it as a commitment, you have to go a little bit into details. So just giving me the buzzword wouldn't be enough. So what is in you as a person? Like if you would have come and say, yeah, I'm a good listener. I'm making it simple. I'm a good listener and that's why I can pay attention to her. She would say, yeah, now I realize why I can't get the commitment of people. I have no patience. And he would say, in fact, the reason I'm failing is I have a low expectation of what the standard is, and so on and so forth. So try to figure out what is of your personal characteristic, what plays for or against that being possible or making you a good leader in that moment. Debate a little bit around this. No, it just, if you say I got to know it, then you got it. How long do I have?
You have another 8 minutes.
Okay, Daniele, you need to start finding Marco.
Marco knows.
Okay, I remind him, tell him like in
10, yes.
10 minutes he can,
yes.
he can come here, and other rooms as well.
I just forgot.
And maybe
we
outside.
confirmed or not the restaurant.
No,
yes,
we go to restaurants.
But we don't know the number. Okay.
I know. I need to find.
Okay.
They are the two guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Patricia. 11. Do you come?
I don't know.
You decide, and then you say. So 11 we have.
Yes, I think, you know what, I said 25, even if it's 20, 15.
No, we have like maximum 15.
Okay, I will call and do downgrade.
Call them to say 15. And get Marco ready. How far are you?
At the beginning still.
Okay, what time is it?
It's 5:48.
Okay. Okay. Can you come back in and let's group again? Get them together and come in. Now. Is that your water? Is that yours?
No.
Can I open it? Okay, ladies. Peter. Come on. Let's get together again.
So if you want to know what's going on in a meeting where your boss was, means that the communication inside your team is doing well fine, because it comes from
Okay, come to us. Okay, let's get together again.
Daniela said that it actually ended at 6, but that I had to end it 5 minutes beforehand so that we had time to go to the guest here for last
Yeah, I'm wrapping up, so you can stop me at any time.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
Well, we have 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's good.
Theoretically.
Okay, can you come in so that others can come in behind you? There are some people who want to come in. Oh, you were hidden there. I didn't even see you. You're the only group I didn't visit, but I didn't need to. Senior bosses sitting there together. Okay. Can I have quickly your attention, because they are putting me under enormous time pressure. I'm not good at that. My weakness. So, first of all, and very important, thank you for trusting me and daring to just go through the unknown, right? Thank you for this, but one lesson to you as a friend. Please, question everything. Don't record that. Who the fuck am I telling you what to do and you just do it? Maybe I just bullshitted you the last 40 minutes. Well, I didn't. But what if? What if? Therefore, one thing, very important, that's a lesson for life and for leadership. You have to question everything. Twice, at least. One of them in your head. One of them, speak it out loud. Okay? That's really important. If you do that, you can do things better. And no one kills you. Nothing can happen. Worst case scenario, they fire you if you question too often. But even then, life goes on. Everything is good. Question things. Seriously important. Thanks for your trust, nonetheless, and that you dared to try it. Patricia, be a good listener, please. We have very, very little amount of time. Now, can I have quick feedback from any of you? What was the most struggle? What I need to know, I was wondering that some of you even were having trouble to define a problem. Good for you, you have none. But some of you, even though I said, believe me, there is out there all sort of tools, methods, techniques you can find out, you were even having trouble in selecting those. And to make it easy for yourself, you were going with a typical buzzword. I have seen 5 or 6 different problems, but I've heard all the time the same solutions. Yeah, motivation and communication. I think, who had motivation or communication on on that bottom. You know, every group, thank you very much. It's not that easy. If that would have been the leadership concept, fantastic. It is, in fact, but it's so individualized. So I guess the bigger problem was at the top layer, right? So I'm interested to hear if you have managed to discuss anything in your teams in terms of, so how do I transfer and translate my personal assets into a leadership problem-solving concept? Can I hear anything from any of the groups? Who managed to come that far and discuss it? Yes, please.
We wrote admit vulnerability, that you are not perfect, that you can solve this alone.
Okay, let me translate that. It needs to be extremely personalized, meaning if there were 4 of them in that group and they decided, one of my very personal added value into solving this problem as a leader is that I admit that I can't do or know everything. It must be something, it really belongs to you as a person, and it's a true personality.
On a real problem.
Yes. So, but then, if it's your real problem and they recommended to you admit it, it is still not for me your personal asset. It's a part of the learning and soft and hard skills, because that is something you can be told and you can learn and start using. But what is so special about you who is not her? So what makes you being yourself and not that other lady? And so what can you add into that whole thing where people can say, only you could do it this way? So that part, the top part, if we ever have time to go through a 2 or 3 days leadership lesson, we will focus on that one and unpack you and ask yourself, so what is your personal asset? For this, you don't need to come here to get a lesson from me. For this, you can have a shower and think about it. Really, have a long shower and ask yourself, what is special about me that no one else has? You guys are unique. So unique leadership would make you so valuable. Who can pay for have a second of you? Imagine of that. It's almost impossible. So that makes you so expensive. Okay, so this I help gladly, but you can do it yourself as well. Yes, please. Time is up. Okay, my time is up, which means, first of all, thank you very much, but don't go out, because I want my partner Marco to come and join me, and thank you all together with me. So thank you for now. Thank you for this day from my part. Please clap for yourself. Don't go. Okay, do me a favor, open that so that we can get some air. And ask Marco to come to be with me. So Marco, I basically want to say thank you and goodbye to everyone, and I can't do that without you. So please join me on the stage. I know, so that's what you do. That's why I want you here. So before Marco goes for the easy version of ciao tutti, does it say that? Tutti? Ciao tutti. Okay, before you say more, I just want to say thank you, Marco. Thank you, Marco, for everything.
Oh, thank you, Jam.
And thank you, Daniele. We had a guy, Silvio, there is probably somewhere on one eye watching football, I realized, on his mobile. I have a beautiful picture from the back of a guy where the boss thinks he's fucking working on the computer and he's playing some game. In fact, back in France, I saw Roman playing it and he said, oh, I'm doing it for relaxation during lunch. Yeah, fuck off. So, you know, it's always good to know what your people do when they are behind their computer screens. So Silvio is with one eye watching football, but with the other eye he is managing still this whole last 2 days. He did a great job. He's not there, but camera is recording it. So thank you, Silvio. Well done. Isabel, thank you very much. You always say I didn't do anything, but you always do a lot. People never see that. And thanking you all for being there.
So, I cannot name it all. I will never remember back the speakers. They've been contributing to these great events. And so I think that I forgot we have to do this bye-bye. So to Assam, to Alex, I just said, please go to the hotel and then relax. I forgot that we wanted to thank them. So luckily we have the camera again. I see that Marcello is there, Renato also. And so I would like to thank all the speakers for their great content. That's been really over my expectation because I know them, that they're not so good, but I don't know why they made it so great today. Joking.
No, they did.
They did an amazing work. So a big applause for all the speakers. I think that then as a conclusion, I said ciao a tutti, but that is not the right word, because that is a school. And in Italy, when you say goodbye to someone, I mean, when you say bye in the way that this person has to come back, we have a special word, and this is arrivederci. So arrivederci to you. Please come back.
Thank you.